Hello and thanks for joining me for some more StarMiner, where we are playing in Sandbox Mode on the beta version of Early Access. And in the last episode we built an extra T2 refinery on here. Well, it was halfway through building at the end of the episode. I let that finish building in between episodes. It was sucking up a bit of power, so I put a couple of extra little solar panels here, but they're only temporary. We're going to fix that in a moment. And one thing that was slowing all this down was the storage. So I did put an extra metal storage on here. But we are going to go into our research here, and we're going to unlock this big solar panel here.
Upgrade complete.
And in a minute we'll be able to unlock that one as well. We don't quite have enough points for that. Okay, so we're going to build one of these big solar panels on here. We'll get that going. Now, in the last episode we built our drill, and we got that working, and you get to a point where the drill sucks down the asteroid to a tiny little thing that it can't drill anymore, and that's why we put the laser here, and that'll finish it off. You don't need to finish it off, but if you leave little tiny asteroids like that floating around, they're easy to crash into, so we may as well finish it off. We've got our miner over here, just finished destroying an asteroid there. Okay, this guy, I think we're going to send this guy. Maybe we'll send this guy up here for the moment. And since the last update, we need to click on here if we want to autopilot. So let's
autopilot online, mining offline.
Let's do that. Yeah, I don't know if this is some sort of bug, but when you load in from a save, the scanners are on and it is using power.
Scanners
even
offline.
though it shows that it's offline, so we'll just make sure that it is offline. Let's get back over here. Hey, that is getting built. So that'll take a minute or two. Alright, almost done there. So I think we'll send this guy over there. There's some thorium over there. But we're going to detour him kind of in this direction. I don't want him going too close to these guys. He does have a couple of Gatling guns, but I don't want to have to look out for him. We'll take care of those little pirate drones pretty soon. Let's check on this guy. Alright, let's get this
online.
Get this rock here scanned. Let's check in on the building here. Okay, that's still going. It's going to take a little while. Alright, but we've got this scanned, so
offline.
Let's spin this around and get focused on the iron here. Let's drop down a little bit.
Mining online.
Alright, all 4 lasers on there. Back over here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, our drill is done over here. Alright, so I want to send him over to that thorium, but we're going to send him over here first.
Mining offline. Autopilot online.
So send him over there. Alright. So this is going to take a minute or two to finish, so I will see you in just a moment. Alright, so our drill's arrived over here. Let's just bring him up a little bit. And I think from here, should be able to make it over there with no problems.
Autopilot online.
Check back in on our miner, doing fine. Alright, what we might do is offload a chunk of this iron. Free up some of this space over here. Let's get back to the lab over here. Alright, almost done there. We're going to need some crew to work that. So, get our little habitat, making a few crew members there. And let's go back into our research. And let's unlock the big thermal module. Alright, so that's built. It's not going to start working until it's fully staffed. I think what I'll do in here, on the bottom of this one here, let's get in another, let's put in a T2 hangar. We'll get some more guys working, which is also going to need more staff. Let's check in on our drill here. Alright, scoot this guy across here and spin him around a bit. Oops, not that much. Had our dampeners turned off for some reason. What the? Alright. Appears that we got into range with one of the enemies. Hopefully we should be fine.
Warning, hull breach detected.
Okay, let's just spin around so that we can shoot this guy.
Construction completed.
Alright. Yeah, one of them followed us. I think the rest are fine. That's okay. Alright. So, let's move into this thorium over here. And get ourselves deployed onto that. Let's check back in at the lab here. Okay, so that's up and running. I think we'll get an extra constructor here. And then we'll get 2 haulers working in there. Alright. Then down here, we are going to put in... Let's get an extra metal storage there. And we'll pop a Hulk node on there. Let's check in on our miner over here. Doing fine. We'll move him in a bit closer.
Construction completed.
Okay. Get that built up. That's done a little bit quicker with the extra construction drone there. And eventually we'll get our T2 construction tower, but we'll build a separate construction ship for that. We'll do that a bit later. But this is almost done. It's going to be a minute, so I'll come back to you in just a moment. Alright, so we got this Hulk node done. So on the bottom of that, we are going to put in one of these big thermal nodes. You can press R to spin stuff around, but we're going to put it that way. And these little arms will extend out further. Alright, and let's also get another P2 battery on here. Checking on our drill here. It's got all the thorium out, and now it's just on the silicates, which we're just selling most of the silicates. Let's check our miner. It's almost done with that. I think what we might do, let's put in our T2 radar up on here. And yeah, our drill has a few extra guys over here, so I think what we'll do, let's send one of those guys to our miner. And let's also get a radar on here as well. And that should leave us with 2 guys free on here. Maybe we'll send them to the lab. Colonists and 2.
Construction completed.
Get them on their way. Alright. So we got that done. Almost done with this battery here. Alright, let's get another solar panel going here.
Construction completed.
And then we can start tearing down some of these smaller ones. We still do have a fair bit of heat. So what we'll do, we'll get another one of these going here. So these will only attach to hog nodes for themselves. These take quite a fair bit of space. And so you can't attach one of them directly to there, but if we put a battery or something as a spacer, then there's enough room to fit them on there. Let's check in over here. That's fine. Alright, so a miner's done over here. And we're waiting for that crew member to come in. Alright.
Mining offline.
I think what we'll do is start heading in towards these guys and we'll start taking care of some of these guys. Let's just cruise so it's straightened up a little bit. Alright, bring ourselves around over here a little bit. And then we'll just start edging forward till we get in range of a couple of these guys. Let's actually just check our research here and see if we can get any weapons upgrades. Alright, we'll unlock that because that'll soon allow us to do these upgrades.
Warning, low energy.
And why is our energy down?
Scanners offline.
Alright, energy's fine. Just had a bit of a spike, that's all. Okay, so let's move forward a little bit till we get in range of some of these guys. I'm not going to rush headlong into them. Sort of try and get close enough to take them out one at a time. There we go. Now we'll move in a little bit closer. Adjust our angle a little bit. All right, move in a little bit closer. So these Gatling guns do have a lot more range than the laser assault cannon turret, or whatever it's called. But it does chew through the ammo pretty quickly. We do have an auto trade from the Panoia. So the lab's creating ammo, sending it to the Panoia, and the Panoia is distributing it as needed. Move in a bit closer. Yep. Yeah, we've used up about half our ammo already.
Construction completed.
We should have some more coming in. I mean, the Panoy is just there, so it shouldn't be taking it that long to get it to us. But we're just cruising slowly one at a time. And these guys will shoot back if they get in range as well. Alright, I think we'll just stay put for a minute, see if we get some of this ammo coming. Let's check on our drill. Still sucking all the guts out of that asteroid. Let's check back in at the lab here. Alright, so that's up and running. Alright. So I think what we'll do... Let's scrap these. Oops. Scrap that one. Scrap that one. Okay. Alright. I think the next thing I want to do is upgrade this. So let's stop that from building ordnance. And let's... don't think we can upgrade it, can we? Alright. So the T2 manufacturer, it needs 4 of these nodes free. We've got a little parts storage there. Let's build a little parts storage on here. And once that's built, we'll get rid of this little parts storage. And then we'll replace this with the T2 manufacturer, which we unlocked in the last episode. This one. Let's have a look here. Let's get a weapons damage upgrade there.
Construction completed.
Alright. So let's disassemble this little part storage. And I'm not sure if we can upgrade this one or whether we need to. No. Alright. So let's scrap this. And hopefully we've got room to fit this big T2 manufacturing on there. Alright. So let's see. It's going to use some of our thorium. That's fine. Okay. Let's check in on the drill. That's fine. Alright, and our lab is down on power again as well. The building is using up a lot of energy. Once that's filled up with power, our power should get back to normal. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, we probably are going to need another solar panel on here anyway. Alright. Let's pop another battery on there. Not that we need another battery, but we do need a spacer. And so we may as well use the battery as a spacer. And let's get another solar panel there. That's going to need a bit more cobalt than what we have, but I'm pretty sure we've got some in the Panoia. We do. Alright, let's just set up a once-off trade from the Panoia to the lab with some cobalt. Let's just send about 30, I reckon. Get that going. Let's check in on our miner over here. Okay, I don't know where his ammo refill is, but let's cruise in a bit closer and see if we can take out the rest of these guys. I mean, I am showing the ammo en route, but as to where it is, I don't know. Alright, I think we've cleared this one, and the rest of them are all over there. See if we can get in a little bit closer.
Construction completed.
There we go. Alright, have a look in on the lab over here. Alright, so we got this going. We'll wait until this power gets up and running before we turn that on. Let's just check how many people that's going to need. which you can do in build mode. Okay, it needs 5. This is going to need 4. Once it's built. So if you go into your build mode and you go, when you hover over here, it'll tell you how many people it's going to need. So 4. So I think we should have that covered. Just checking on our drill. It's fine. Alright. Let's cruise in a little bit closer to these guys and take out a couple more of them. Okay. Closer. Here comes our ammo resupply. Let's change our angle around a little bit. Okay, we've only got 10 left, so should be able to take care of these guys with no problems. Okay, let's get in a little bit closer. So I'm showing 5. There must be 2 out of sight behind there or something. Let's move in a tad closer here. All right. Scoot across, yeah, behind there, so take care of that one. And the final one. Alright, that's all them taken care of. Let's go scan this thing. Now this area does have a lot of asteroids around it, little ones as well. It's easy to bump into stuff. There is also a bunch of resources. I think my guys have picked it all up anyway. But there's a bunch of resources floating around in this area. Yep, see. So our guys will pick that up. Okay, let's spin around here. We'll get this thing scanned. We've got most of it scanned. We've got to move down a bit to get in range of bottom bit. All right.
Mine scanners offline.
And let's get all this collected up. Okay, checking on the drill. Drill's doing fine. Let's get back to our lab. All right, almost got that up and running. All right, what I might do, let's pop in another cargo bay, and that might speed up how fast our guys can come in and out of there. We do have enough cobalt. Yeah, we do have enough silicon. Alright. Let's check in on our research here.
Construction completed.
Let me see. So almost done there. Apart from that, we don't need that yet. I think our mining tree is pretty much done. The T2 water storage, not really fussed about that. Okay, we do want that. So I think wait until we've got 800. We'll unlock that, which leads us... No, actually we don't need that. We just need the 1300 to get that. So that'll take a little while. This is almost done. Okay, so that's up and running. Let's actually stop this. Don't need extra people drinking all our water. Alright, so we don't have any of this Aeonite stuff, so I'm not going to worry about that just yet. But this can now produce our nuclear fuel cells, which is going to be used later on. I believe the Panoia uses it, and also when we build the commander ship over there, that is going to use it up. Let's set up distribution here. We're just going to send it all to the Panoia, so the fuel cells. We're going to do one where we send one. And then we're going to do another one. Where we're going to send 10. Not making that much of it. We don't have a lot of thorium. I believe we do have a little bit of thorium over here. Yeah, we do have a bit of a stack. Let's just do a once-off trade over there. And we'll send a little bit of this thorium over there. Let's send, say, 150 just the once. Let's check in on our miner over here. Let's adjust our angle a little bit. See if we can get all 4 of our lasers going. Check the drill. Alright, almost time to turn on the laser for that one. Okay, but now this is now producing both our ordnance and our fuel if we've got thorium. Plenty of power. We could probably start taking down some of these little solar panels and little heat sinks and stuff if we wanted to. But that, I think, is probably going to do it for this episode. If you did enjoy this video, please leave me a like or a comment down below. If you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.